All right. Hello, everyone, and now welcome to a game between Happy and Hawk. This game taking place here on Twisted Meadows. No, the title is not incorrect. This is a human mirror match, and Happy is in fact playing human, spawning as the red human over here at that 5 o'clock position of Twisted Meadows. He is going up against Hawk, who is spawning as the blue human over here on the top left. Pretty much very similar openings and build orders. As well, we'll see if Happy can play a game at a high level using another off race. I feel that Happy often gets a little bit criticized for playing the similar strategy over and over again, but executing it at a very high level. Perhaps Happy hoping to silence some of those criticisms by playing a race that, well, isn't his main race, even on a high stage level like this. I believe this game was taken from an ESL Pro Tour Cup. I will have to double check that as we're looking at an Archmage now coming in from Happy. Archmage also coming in from Hawk. This is going to be, well, your classic, typical human mirror match, Archmage versus Archmage. And I'm curious as to how this is going to work now. In years past, it has always been a lot of Spellbreakers and Priests. Now that there is Sundering Blades on the table, Sundering Blades dealing bonus damage to medium armor, I don't know if Spellbreakers are necessarily the correct unit. Happy off racing for money now? Now, well, if Happy's off racing for money, but it still makes some entertaining games in high pressure situations, well, it's always a bit more entertaining. And also, players often know who they're going to be going up against before one of these tournaments. So as a player, if Hawk was just like, okay, you know what, I know I'm going to be going up against Happy, let me practice all of my games versus Undead, only to find, well, oops, my opponent is actually human. What should I do here? All right, Force Troll Shadow Priest should be hired up here in just a moment. That Water Elemental taking up far too much damage. You didn't want your Water Elemental to be absorbing that much damage. You wanted it having the option to be able to actually be able to back off and still be able to fight. As well, Archmage is off over here. Mantle of Intelligence, drop more footmen added in. Meanwhile, pretty much a similar strategy by Happy, except Happy looks like he didn't lose any peasants either. Or did he lose any other peasants, or is he training more footmen? There you go. He may have lost one peasant more than his opponent. Worker count, no. Happy actually, no, Happy is on this side. Okay. All right. No, Hawk is on this side.
Under attack.
Hold on one second. That confused me. There we go. Getting back through. Happy off racing for money. All right, yeah. Was reading this for a second, like, what is going on? All right, Archmage. Hawk now just dropping in some additional wait, are my colors wrong? There we go. All right, so Happy is red down over here, which is red on the left side. Hawk, all right, the colors were swapped. That was why the supply looked a little bit funny to me in comparison to off over there. All good now, yeah. Trying to make sense of the title bar was absolutely confusing. As we're going to have, well, Hawk get up to level 3 here after clearing out. Well, no, doesn't get to level 3. Well, Happy should be able to get there. Let's take a look. Yeah, 495. There you go. Happy getting up to level 3 on the Archmage. Meanwhile, Hawk sitting at 2.9, very close. Perhaps going to try to finish off some of those units, but the footmen do have the Fen. Going after that Water Elemental there, about to get taken down to 68 hit points. But, well, Hawk's Force Troll Shadow Priest taking a lot of damage, just simply trying to run on by and through, as we see level 3 on the Archmage. Archmage could be dropping a new Water Elemental here in just a moment, turning back around. Footman now trying to retreat again, as Happy does have a base to retreat back to. Force Troll Shadow Priest, a little bit of extra damage. Units now trying to make their way around, as well, those Force Troll Shadow Priests do have relatively low hit points, now need to back away. Back across over here, and we are looking at Happy coming in from behind, perhaps trying to pick off some of those units as well. Hawk doing a great job now chasing after his opponent's units, as we're going to see, well, units go back around again. Low hit point footman from Hawk now going to try and double back around once more, as Militia about to join in on the fight. Footman now trying to push in, as well as Happy is there with the Militia ready to go. Low hit point footman does get taken down as Hawk loses the first footman there. Water Elemental now trying to back away, will be able to sacrifice itself on those Goblin Laboratory creeps. All right, looking in the main bases, Town Hall is, well, upgrading to tier 2 already. Happy pretty much doing the same exact thing. Arcane Vault needs to be added. Both sides suffering a lot more damage than I would have expected early on, as Happy shows up to the party to still try and, well, get some damage here. Our Forest Troll Shadow Priest could end up getting down, digging down to 56 hit points, down to 24, 36, a little bit more heal, but up onto the high ground, that Forest Troll Shadow Priest was able to heal up a little bit more, and we're looking at the Archmage of Happy perhaps trying to finish off multiple units, needing to get in one or two more shots, one more shot perhaps. Yeah, that natural regeneration causing well, Happy to run around the map much more further, as this low hit point Forest Troll Shadow Priest may be able to get away. Going back on the other side, all of these units need to head back as well. Low hit point footman now trying to retreat back too, as units are, well, all getting tangled up in every sort of direction, as we're still looking at the Archmage here about to finish off another footman there. All right, Archmage has finished off two, well, fleeing units. Meanwhile, Happy's footman now trying to just simply run on by, gonna have a little bit of problems, as well as the Forest Troll Berserker tries to get away from Happy's units. Once more, Happy footman going off in every crazy different direction, causing a little bit of issues, as Happy's own footman gets lost in transit, trying to retreat back home, but going into the wrong direction. All right, Archmage going to be able to easily finish off this one Forest Troll Berserker. No, even without Boots of Speed, able to close in on that distance. Two more fireballs should do it. One more fireball should do it. Is going to be able to do that, exactly that. And yes, it does get the experience, as Archmage inches closer to level 4. Level 2 Water Elemental going to get taken down by the Archmage there. A little bit more experience, and it is pretty much experience wars at this point and time in the game. Mountain King already out onto the field. Arcane Sanctum going to go ahead and heal up some units. Meanwhile, Mountain King already out for Happy as well, as we are also going into a dual Arcane Sanctum from Happy. Dual Arcane Sanctum, no Rifleman. So are we going to perhaps see Priest and Knights? That is going to be the question to have, as the Archmage should really drop a Water Elemental, doesn't want to get attacked there, ends up getting attacked, losing that Clarity Potion buff. Mountain King now, well, going to try and engage Ogre Magi, going to easily get taken down. Militia being called over to build up perhaps an expansion. It looks like Hawk has pretty much the same exact strategy in mind. Over also, oh, there's a quick reveal right off over there. Was that a crystal ball by the Mountain King? Yes, it was. So a crystal ball by the Mountain King, allowing Happy to scout out his opponent and know what his opponent is up to. Meanwhile, the Mountain King of Hawk picking up a Pure of Vitality, and it will make him much more difficult to take out. 925 hit points on one Mountain King compared to 825. This Mountain King must have gotten a Tome of Strength +2 as well. Also Intelligence. Yeah, that looks about right. Mountain King now just making its way back over. Another Tome of Strength +2. All right, Happy's Mountain King already up to 875 hit points without as much effort either, as we're still looking at the unit still wandering around. Mountain King getting up a Tome, that Mountain King getting up a Tome of Experience for a little bit more mana, and now going into Vampiric Aura and Scroll of Healing. Now, Twisted Meadows is a map that has a lot more creep camps out onto the field. That does mean you end up fighting with level 5 heroes much more often in the game, as this Forest Troll Trapper going to get to perhaps get to level 3. There it goes, level 3. Now, are we going to see a Thunderclap Stormbolt onto the Forest Troll Berserker? No Thunderclap, as it is Bash. Scroll of Healing used back the other side. Mountain King coming back across over here, trying to finish off any units, as well as we're going to see a Stormbolt onto the Archmage. Archmage is going to end up getting taken down. Level 4 onto the Archmage. There's a quick bash as the Stormbolt Scroll of Town Portal will be used. All right, unit's going to try to double back every which way. All of the units are in a massive retreat. Multiple low hit point units able to survive, though, as Happy is sitting at 52 supply compared to 41 by Hawk. Hawk currently having the economic advantage, but significantly behind in hero army size, down by 11 supply right now. All right, 4 Stroll Shadow Priest trying to engage. 4 Spellbreakers are here out on the battlefield. Happy should be. Is he going to transition into Castle? No, he has not done so yet. Meanwhile, neither is Hawk, as the cost to upgrade is rather high. Archmage now looking to back up again. Is the Mountain King going to go ahead and throw off another Stormbolt? Well, 1 second. There you go. Can throw off another Stormbolt. There, Stormbolt onto that Footman. That unit going to go ahead and try and back away. Could throw another Stormbolt down. Now this time onto the Mountain King. But the Mountain King with over 1,000 hit points at level 3. Going to be more than enough hit points to stay alive in this battle once again. Stormbolt going back the other way. Mountain King going to go ahead and Stormbolt again. Hawk may end up losing this. I believe there's a Scroll of Healing trying to throw back the other side. Mountain King of Hawk has not been using Stormbolts nearly as aggressively. And is it going to perhaps try and finish off some units? There goes a little bit of extra damage. Mountain King has to be careful, though. Doesn't want to overstay its welcome, as a low hit point water elemental looks like it will be able to back away. Triple water elementals currently out on the field. Archmage is here, ready to go and taking down some of these water elementals. Well, let's take a look. Spellbreaker is going to go ahead and engage. Spellbreaker is removing the Mountain King's mana. No more Stormbolts either there. Archmage now gets up to level 4. Mountain King still has plenty of mana. What is it going to try and do? Is it going to try and Stormbolt another target there? As you can see, this Mountain King back up to 55, 57. All right, Mountain King could be in a little bit of trouble. Potion of Invulnerability. Is it going to be used? No, it's not. Units are just backing up every which way, as water elementals are still somehow staying alive. Hawk purposely staying close to that arcane tower. 1 Footman was able to deal so much damage right here, cleaning up so many of those peasants, as we're looking at the Archmage still wandering around back again. Mountain King is going to try and engage. Low, all of the priests now taken down. Hawk having no way to heal up his Mountain King easily, as the priests are now trying to engage once more. Priest sniping so important in this matchup, as Happy may end up losing his Archmage here. Mountain King, it looked like for a second he used a potion or something that turned blue for a moment, as the Mountain King perhaps going to try and land a Stormbolt down once that Archmage, as Potion of Invulnerability, comes to an end. Mountain King losing mana to those Spellbreakers right now, trying to dive forward. What is going to end up happening? Going to Stormbolt the Archmage, as the Mountain King uses the Potion of Lesser Invulnerability, is going to be able to finish off anything going after that Archmage there. Scroll of Town Portal going to be coming to an end, but so many priests of Happy lost. But pretty much all the priests of Hawk lost in that battle. 43 supply compared to 57. But Hawk still being able to train up more units, getting more Spellbreakers and priests, and now needing to use this break in the action to, get further ahead. Ogre Maulers were here joining in on the fight. Really good positioning on this farm to make it so that the Ogre Mauler couldn't chase through and get any damage. Meanwhile, at this time, Archmage is going to try to drop any additional items. Mountain King down to 135 hit points. Needs to heal back up. Takes or gets now Bloodlust, only to have it dispelled off by that Forest Troll High Priest. Mountain King will get to level 4 off of this creep camp. What item is that? Mountain King picking up a Robe of Magi and a Pendant of Mana. All right, Robe of Magi, Pendant of Mana on a Mountain King who now has 600 mana. Stormbolts. If this Mountain King is able to launch Stormbolts off freely, that is going to really change things up. A Robe of Magi actually given to the Archmage instead to get a little bit more mana damage and mana regeneration, but that is a very good item drop for the situation. That's what the Mountain King wants. The Mountain King wants to go into a battle with 400 plus mana and be able to just Stormbolt and force a Scroll of Town Portal out on the Archmage after suffering so much damage. All right, 625 hit points compared to 580 mana on a Mountain King. You can see, craziness already about to happen. Archmage is going to try and Scroll of Town Portal here. No, it is not. Spellbreaker is just too much out on the field here. I thought it was going to perhaps transition into Knights, but we don't see that. It is still the classic Spellbreakers and Priests, since no one has yet, going to Tier 3. Tier 3 happening for Hawk. Meanwhile, Happy staying at Tier 2. Happy now with the economic advantage as he has his expansion up, while Hawk, perhaps trying to make something happen at tier 3. Tear up of Vitality, Archmage now having a little bit more mana as well. Mountain King trying to get more mana. Double Gloves of Haste, Ring of Protection +3. The bash on that Mountain King should be powerful as well. Abandoning that Expo, well, it's one of those situations where it could have been not worth saving, knowing that the losses would have been rather high. He does put himself a bit behind him still, as the keep could end up taking a large amount of damage. Priest are now out onto the field as well, as we're going to do a bit of an attack here. All right, Scroll of Town Portal, Happy, knowing that he has an expansion, and says, you know what, I will continue to run up on my 2 bases to your 1. I saw you teching the tier 3. That's how you want to spend your gold. You are not going to have knights for a little bit of time, and with now at knights, perhaps my units will be able to well, push on through. Happy also having 2-1 upgrades. Mountain King and perhaps try and Stormbolt. There you go. After that, Mountain King right there losing a lot of mana once more. Mountain King going to go ahead and Stormbolt a Priest again, and it is Priest sniping 101 in this human mirror match. Spellbreakers chasing 2-1 upgrades, going up against 1-1. Mountain King, what is it hoping to do? There goes another Stormbolt right there, finishing off a unit as Happy's Archmage gets up to level 5. Spellbreakers still leading the charge. Knights are not getting trained as of yet. Paladin as that third hero. What is going on once more, as the Spellbreakers are just, well, even with that Mountain King with 500 plus mana, we may end up just seeing Mountain or Priest just losing a bunch of mana again, still making its way back once more. 54 supply compared to 74, 41 supply army compared to 57. Happy having the slight advantage there, as we should be looking at a Paladin making its way out here in just a moment. Knights going to be coming out onto the field. Mountain King going to be forced to back up here. Are we going to try and engage Stormbolt? Really no easy targets. Water Stormbolt onto that Mountain King. Mountain King having, well, getting Holy Lighted back, as the Militia now joining in on the fight. Knights need to be ready to engage as well. Paladin is out here onto the field. Mountain King is going to be able to do anything. They want to just try and snipe down as many priests as we can. Thank you for the follow, Lucky, as the Knight's going to go ahead and turn back around on the other side here. Mountain King going to continue to push through a lot of Dispel Magic. Mountain King, oh, Happy's Mountain King, Potion of Invulnerability just in time. Are we going to see the Mountain King Stormbolt? Yes, another priest right there. Hawk finding the right positioning, as all of a sudden Happy's Mountain King is going to be able to survive as well. Yes, it does teleport out just in time there. Hawk positioning its way back out. Archmage already at level 5, but the Paladin and the Mountain King both want a little bit more experience too. We are looking at Happy with his expansion, still has plenty of gold ready to go. Meanwhile, the Spellbreakers and Knights on the move out across the field. Are we going to get Sundering Blades? No, getting up more Knights first, as Hawk is currently low on gold. All right, Paladin with Bloodlusted Paladin, Bloodlusted Mountain King. Paladin gets up to level 2, perhaps going to get Divine Shield. Yes, it does, as the units are trying to stay alive still. Do we have a Staff of Sanctuary? No, we do not. No Staff of Sanctuary either, as the Archmage going to run off to the north here, get some engagement onto these Ogre Magi's, as Happy, well, goes into high upkeep temporarily, decides to cancel back out of it. All right. Happy needs to find the right opportunity to attack his opponent, as you do not want to allow the Paladin to be able to get to level 3. Mountain King will get to level 5. Paladin, if it gets to level 3, if the Mountain King tries to back away in time, if the Paladin actually got to level 3, level 2 Holy Light would have made a drastic difference, as the Spellbreakers now making their way back out. All right, Mountain King is going to be forced to back away. Archmage shows up to the party. Knights do have Inner Fire. Are we going to get Sundering Blades? We still do not have that yet, as the Peasants are now repairing and speed building this town hall here. Hawk looking pretty good right now. If Hawk can get to level 3 on that Paladin, he has enough mana on his Paladin and his Mountain King to really make all of that damage a bit of a problem. Let's take a look. Archmage and Mountain King should really be backing away. If the Paladin doesn't get to level 3 here, oh, does get to level 3, are we going to see a Stormbolt onto that Knight? Knight now trying to head back. There's Inner Fire being stolen from one side to another, as Happy Knight is trying to stay alive. Doesn't look like it will be able to do so. No, Staff of Sanctuary coming in from Happy. All right, more fighting getting underway. Knights going to continue to engage. The Knights should really be pushing onto the Spellbreakers instead of the Ogre Mauler. 83 supply compared to 60 right now, as Happy is currently low on, well, getting high upkeep. All right, Happy's Ogre Mauler down to 237 hit points. Mountain King still bouncing back around. Mountain King is going to try to finish off that one unit there. Archmage in the back. Constant Stormbolt there. Finally, Hawk finishing off that unit once more. All right, Knight continuing to back off. There's that Holy Light after that Orb of Fire debuff finishes off, as the Mountain King now retreating again. Spellbreakers are in a massive chase, but as you can see, Happy hasn't killed anything in the battle, as Happy's Paladin doesn't have any experience yet. Archmage going to go ahead and Scroll of Town Portal. Stormbolt finally taking down a priest, but really not getting that much experience either. Where is that Paladin? Where'd the Paladin go? Paladin right there, finally on the board with 13 experience. But the problem is going to be that, well, Hawk needs to get over to his expansion and try and protect it. 63 supply going up against 83. Happy is mining only 4 gold a second right now compared to 7 gold a second. Oh, no, 7 gold. Let's, I guess it's 8 gold a second compared to 14 gold a second. I take it back. And Paladin still has plenty of mana ready to go. Going to finish off these remaining units, as we're going to see an engagement here. All right. And this expansion could get taken down, but the Knights are already charging on in from the side. Knights are here ready to go. The expansion could end up getting, well, pressured, as Happy's going to try and engage. If you try to attack the building right now, the army would just absolutely destroy you. Paladin having a little bit of trouble trying to squeeze back out the other side. Stormbolt onto Hawk's Paladin, but the Paladin not in danger of losing mana yet, as the Holy Knight now trying to dive in after that Paladin right there. All right, so much damage coming back on the cross. Spellbreaker is going to be able to snipe down more units. Is the Paladin going to get taken down? Mountain King not going to be able to Stormbolt easily, as it's trying to back away once more. All right, Mountain King should really be trying to find a way to Stormbolt. It's lost so much mana to Spellbreaker Focus Fire, as the Stormbolt goes down onto Happy's Mountain King. Paladin could be in a little bit of trouble. Holy Light continuing to try and save. Mountain King now trying to make its way back over. 67 supply compared to 83. Happy still having the advantage. There goes a Stormbolt. Staff of Sanctuary saves that unit right there. So close, as many of Hawk's Spellbreakers are now getting taken down by Happy's Knights. Happy's Knights dealing so much damage. Sundering Blades is done on Happy's Knights. Meanwhile, Hawk's Knights do not have Sundering Blades, I do not believe. Still fighting their way through. Paladin continuing to push back on the other side. Mountain King of Hawk going to get taken down. No. Staff of Sanctuary saves right there, as both sides able to save their heroes at the last moment. Spellbreakers continuing to push. 81 supply compared to 61, as Happy still has the supply lead, still continuing to push, and that Sundering Blades taking down so many of the Spellbreakers, making its presence known, as the Archmage of Happy could get taken down. Fireball was about to hit him. Happy dodged it deftly and able to retreat back, but the expansion is still up. A huge battle right there. A huge battle right there. Low hit point Knight now retreating back as well. Mountain King, well, trying to heal up as well. We are going to be looking Archmage with Brilliance Aura, allowing a little bit more mana. More priests need to be trained up by Hawk. Staff of Sanctuary saving those low hit point Knights. Scroll of Regeneration as well, as the priests are here to do a bit more healing again. All right, another Staff of Sanctuary. Knights all getting saved once more. One priest keeping back. What is the most interesting mirror matchup in your opinion, by the way? Is it human mirror? Well, I personally like human mirror, just because the most important units are actually the priest, making micro just that much more entertaining to see, since there's a lot on the line if priests get taken down. Anyway, Spellbreaker is going to go ahead and try and engage. Archmage trying to purposely back up here. Spellbreaker is going to continue to fight, as Hawk still does not have Sundering Blades on his Knights. Meanwhile, Happy does have Sundering Blades, but doesn't have Animal War Training. Units are pushing their way through. Hawk's Mountain King currently Potion of Invulnerability to try and get out of a tight spot here, continuing to battle it through. More Staff of Sanctuary being used, as the Archmage now being forced to back up. Hawk's Mountain King, well, Spellbreaker is going to end up getting taken down. So much damage right there, as the Spellbreaker is able to back up, but a Stormbolt finding that Mountain King in the back. It looks like it, well, Orb of Fire preventing much of that healing again, as the units are in a massive retreat. All right, level 1 Paladin going up against a level 3 Paladin, but it looks like Happy with his larger army is still winning out on these battles. Mountain King, not enough mana to land down a Stormbolt. Knights are still chasing rather aggressively, as the Paladin does have another Divine Shield if necessary. All right, more mana lost here. Mountain King needs to get a potion of mana, potion of healing, something to stay alive. There's that clarity potion as well. Are we going to see a scroll of regeneration? No, we are not. Paladin wants to get a clarity potion too in order to heal up more mana. All right, making their way back through again. Archmage sitting at level 5. Level 5 on the Mountain King. Level 3 Paladin going up against a level 1. As this Paladin, well, going to purposely try and see what's going to happen here. Meanwhile, a lone knight by Happy has finished up Hawk's expansion here at at the 10 o'clock location, as Happy is setting up another expansion at the starting 8 o'clock location. I think it is just a matter of time for Happy to run away with this game. Hawk finally upgrading those Sundering Blades, absolutely necessary to, well, finish off Spellbreakers and Crypt Fiends. Spellbreakers are going to have a much more difficult time. What was that? One shot dealing 60 damage on that Spellbreaker, as you saw. Knights are also making their way through, and yeah, and that's Spellbreakers. That's fully upgraded, or upgrade Spellbreakers with level 2 armor upgrades, and now making their way, battling through again. All right, Paladin in that front line spot. Knights could, if you focus too much on a Knight, it is just going to get Holy Lighted and then Staff of Sanctuary eventually. Mountain King now looking to back up against Spellbreakers, throwing those glaives, removing much of that mana. Hawk going to try and continue to save some of those units. Archmage dropping Water Elementals, and it is still staying alive as Water Elemental after Water Elemental falling. Happy's Mountain King currently Storm Bolted. Knights trying to engage off to the side. Staff of Sanctuary saving. I don't know whose Knight that was right there, as the Mountain King in a little bit of a tough spot. All right, Mountain King stuck in between all of these places here, trying to engage, constantly getting Storm Bolted and bashed as more and more Knights are getting saved. Happy may end up losing, well, no, does not lose that Spellbreaker, as the units are still does finish off a Knight right there, though, as the Mountain King's Stormbolt is still on cooldown, as it got, I believe, bashed. Hawk having one Knight staffed. Spellbreaker saved off on the other side there. Knights still leading the charge, trying to finish off more units. The Knights, well, I don't know what type of horse has to chase so long to catch up to a priest, but then again, that knight is also wearing full armor, not only on the human himself, but the charger, that steed, as it, well, gets Staff of Sanctuary backed away. Mountain King, is he going to be able to finish off that Paladin? Down to 65 hit points, ends up staying alive again. Mountain King trying to dodge away. This Paladin has been at level 1 for seems like forever and a day, as the Archmage continuing that pressure. Mountain King coming back the other side. Mountain King is going to be able to Storm Bolt, gets the Paladin down, as we now see, nope, no leveling, no, level 6 now on the Archmage of Hawk. Hawk now gets up to level 6, drops another Water Elemental, going to try and focus down some more of those Priests again, as the Mountain King low on mana once more. All right, Priests are everywhere on the map. Spellbreaker is going to continuing to put pressure down. Hawk, level 6 on the Archmage. They go for level 3 Brilliance Aura. No, level 3 Brilliance Aura, level 2 Water Elemental, and Mass Teleport, as the fighting still going on. All right, Archmage could be in trouble, has a lot of mana right now. Hawk dropping Water Elementals left and right, but now trying to dodge away as the Knights are trying to get and chase after that target once more. Mountain King, is he going to get more mana, up to 55 mana again, but the Spellbreakers are focusing it down again. Knights showing back up to the party. Mountain King back over again, trying to finish off some of those units. Archmage is right there. Mountain King should have enough mana, does have enough mana for a Stormbolt. Are we going to see it? Well, nope, not quite yet, as the Mountain King, well, with level 3 Brilliance Aura, I'm still having plenty of mana to go. Archmage could be in trouble. Archmage now gets a Holy Light, gonna get saved. Happy is gonna lose his Archmage, has a potion of healing and a scroll of Town Portal, able to back away in time as more units gather together again. And Hawk able to win out in that fight there. All right, the Paladin of Hawk is almost now at level 5 compared to now a level 2 Paladin coming in from Happy. Is it gonna get Divine Shield, or is it? No, yes, it is gonna get Divine Shield. No Devotion Aura there. Meanwhile, if this Paladin can it get to level 5 here? If it gets to level 5 off of this expansion, well, all bets are off on who's going to win the fight here, as we are now going to be having access to 600 hit point Holy Lights. Paladin in the back still wandering around once again. Archmage, plenty of mana to go. Knights are falling. Paladin, is it going to end up getting that necessary experience? I don't believe so. All 3 heroes are, no, Archmage purposely backing off, but it's still 6 experience shy from getting that next bit of experience. or a next Holy Light. Archmage just gonna go ahead and drop down a water elemental here, finish off this creep camp. Archmage sitting at level 6. Level 7 actually is going to be important, as it will open up level 3 water elementals, meaning that the spell magic is not going to be nearly as effective. Mass teleport back off to the north here. All right, Stormbolt finishing off a knight. Mountain King now up to level 6, as it has the avatar. All right, level 6 going up against a 652. 665 going up against 652, and Hawk really showing his experience in the matchup and understanding the human versus human matchup a little bit more. And getting that paladin earlier, having a night and day difference between these two sides. Now having access to Divine Shield and not having to worry about that paladin getting sniped. We'll see if Happy can make a little bit of a play and come back again. Hawk's Paladin close to 500 mana again, upper limit of 580. Knights are now making their way back down. Animal War training is done on both sides. 3-2 upgrades going up against 2-1 upgrades. Hawk is definitely losing in the upgrade department as the mass teleport now comes in. All right, here you go. Paladin, Divine Shield quickly trying to get there. Water Elemental is going to go ahead and be dropped. Stormbolt straight up onto some of those onto that priest right there. Is it going to actually get focused down? Avatar now in position to try and fight back. It is now magic immune. Avatar, however, does take quite a bit of mana, as it's going to try to fight its way through. All right, continuing to battle it out again. Staff of Sanctuary continue to save. Happy gets up to level 6 on his Archmage, so he has a mass teleport, get out of jail free card as well. Orb of another Stormbolt trying to finish off that Paladin. Holy Light continuing to save again. Water Elementals battling it through. 79 supply compared to 57, but Hawk is in a little bit of trouble right now, as his army is still far too small. Knight, that Avatar still battling its way out of this current spot. Knights of Hawk trying to shift, but having a difficult time focusing down any units. Spellbreakers are just completely collapsing around all of these units here, as the Archmage is going to go ahead and teleport out. But by teleporting out of this location, he is giving up the expansion again, and now down by 30 supply, and going to be down, not down a base, as this expansion was taken out as well, and there is no more mining happening at the natural expansion for Happy. All right, 0 bases to 0 bases. 652 going up against a 665. But look at this. Happy didn't lose anything in that battle, it appears, as the Paladin didn't get any experience in that last fight. That the only way that would happen is if no units were lost. And as you can see, Happy is still sitting at 79 supply. And 71 of that supply is currently workers. All right, Happy working overtime will be able to get this expansion up and running once more. I believe this will be a last-ditch effort by Hawk to try and hold on to the expansion or hold on to his main base. A knight will end up getting lost right here. Perhaps a Staff of Sanctuary. Yes, there it goes. And that is how Happy has been saving unit after unit. As the Paladin is still sitting at level 2 here. Spellbreaker is going to dive on in. Spellbreaker's leading the charge. However, the Knights are there ready to engage once more. The 3-2 upgrades going up against the 2-1 upgrades, having a big impact in the overall outcome of the battle, as the Mountain King, waiting for the Avatar to be able to be used again. All right, was it Thunderclap? Yeah, retrained the Thunderclap. Hawk's Mountain King now has level 3 Thunderclap, dealing massive slowing damage to all of these units. Happy losing Knights now, and the Priests are actually going to be forced to use more healing, as they are actually getting sniped down as well. Mountain King is going to go after all of these Priests again. All of the Happy's Priests are trying to spread around every which way, as more Knights are falling. 42 supply compared to 65. We're finally seeing Happy lose unit after unit, but it may be too little too late, as the Knights, there goes another Thunderclap again. Happy's Knights are ending up falling as the Archmage tries to back away. Let's take a look at this. Happy's Mountain King can just turn around and finish off the Archmage, and that should be the game. A beautiful, beautiful game between Hawk and Happy. Happy is the victor with the lower score. I think if Hawk had actually transitioned from Thunderclap to Thunderclap from Stormbolt and Bash earlier, he would have been in a much, much better spot, especially with so many mana items. That Mountain King had over 600 mana, I felt like, at the end of the game, and you saw how quickly all of those units melted. The question was, you always had to look at Happy's Spellbreaker count. If the Spellbreaker count was too high, there was no reason for Hawk to transition away from Stormbolt to Thunderclap. A great game between the two. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.